It's time to buy back your time. Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode on the podcast. This episode, we're going to go through the product suite in your business that's going to give you more capacity and not more work. So you're at this stage that you're busy. You have this incredible business, you have this method, it works. You have clients that work with you, and you're just like, there's not enough time in the day. There's this frustration of like, I have all this, but I can't breathe, or I can't be with my kids, or I can't do the things that I want to do, or I don't have time to be creative, or whatever it is. This means that you're at this stage that you're about to call in a whole new level of wealth. You're at this stage that you've built the foundations. What got you until this point? You grew your business to literal overflow, and now it's like, well, how do I catch that overflow? How can I hold it all? How can you buy back your time? This isn't about doing more work. When you're scaling your business, it's not about doing more work. It's about how can you have more capacity to be the version of you that can facilitate to so many more bodies, to be the version of you that can reach so many more lives, that can impact without that taking from your time. When you see people scaling their business, they're traveling more, they're with their kids more, they're in, if you're doing it from a space that's very grounded in your nervous system, they're more alive. And the reason being is because they're not doing more work. Most people are like, yeah, I need to set up systems, I need to do this, I need to do that. This is not about knowing. We all know what we could do. You could just press Google and say, how to scale my business. We all know it logically. The body holds on to this fear that more success equals more work. And so it resists it. Whether that's avoidance to joining an investment that's going to guide you through that next step, or whether it's keeping on staying at your price point because of the belief systems of that's how it's supposed to be. There are so many things that get in the way of your next level, and they're not logical. They're in your body. So this is the episode for you if you're ready to bring your body on board and create a product suite, create a capacity in your body to be able to hold, facilitate, guide, reach so many more people while having so much more time. I was just in Hawaii traveling with my husband, and we were hiking every day, and we went on adventures and surfing and waterfalls, and we had 50K sales month. And I had this moment. We were coming back from a hike, and I was like in the car, this scenery is insane. I was like having this moment, and I looked to my husband and I'm like, wow, I have more capacity than I've ever had in my life. I feel like I could coach 100 people right now. I just am so energized and so on purpose and so on life, and like I finally got it, because I used to look at my mentors and be like, but where, like, show me your schedule. Like, what are you doing during the day? Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm doing all these things and I'm exhausted. The fuel is different. And in order to differentiate the fuel, you actually have to create the capacity and the resources. We're going to go through that in this episode. But you're at this stage that you're like, more time, more capacity, not more work. And it's really interesting. You know the saying that Beyonce has the same amount of hours in the day, or whoever it is that you look up to is like, they have the same amount of hours in the day. They don't. We don't all have the same 24 hours in the day. Not at all. I have a mastermind that I invest multi-five figures, thousands of dollars in. But what that buys me is time, because I have a question that my mentor has already been through or coached people through. And me asking one question and getting a 1 minute voice response saves me 1 month of time of doing that mistake myself, or doing that process that I didn't see those blind spots. That saves me months of time. I bought that time. We don't all have the same hours in the day. I bought months and months and months worth of my life back because I'm in the room, I'm plugging in. The same with my somatic practices. I do a 20-minute minimum sometimes less, sometimes more practice a day. That buys me hours worth of avoidance or doubt or procrastination or overwhelm. Being stuck in resistance, being stuck in overanalyzing, overfunctioning, overwhelm, that's costing you hours a day. It's like you have one, like let's say you have one reel that you could create. But if your body's in the state of doubt or disbelief or whatever it is, that reel could take you 3 hours, whereas someone else it can take 20 minutes because they're in a flow state. So you're really buying back so much time when your body is on board. Hours. I don't have the same amount of hours on the clock as you. And I also buy back time with systems, team members, structures, cleaning support. I don't need to answer emails or be inside of my business because my back end has teams. My finances have teams. My cleaning of my home have teams. So I get to be in my zone. I get to be my creative genius. I get to go to the beach while my house is being cleaned. I get to just be in flow state and do dancing and yoga while my team is responding to clients and supporting my clients to the next level. So that when I come in and do the work that I love to do the most, which is the facilitation and the creation, being the visionary of my business, being the facilitator, the medicine woman, when I come in, my energy is here. I'm present, which means my clients get better results, which means my business organically continues to grow, which means my testimonials are better, which means my clients are getting better results, which means more people are coming in, which means I can hire even more resources and support, which means my business continues to grow, and then I can hire more mentors and get in even bigger rooms and expand. You see the ripple effect? We don't all have the same 24 hours in a day. And finally, for this episode, I want to go through the product suite, which buys me back so much time. And this is something that I shifted a couple months back. So at that stage, I was like busy. Clients, this, that, amazing. Like maybe you're at this stage of like your content works, your clients are getting great results, and just like, oh, where's the hours in the day gone? I want to be with my husband. I want to be with my kids. I was at that stage, and then I looked at my product suite from the state of, I want to be a mom. I want to be $1 million mama. Am I functioning like the version of me that would be able to hold that? Is my business centered around my lifestyle, or is it centered around someone telling me what to do or whatever it is? And I really looked at my product suite, and is it fueling me? Do I even have capacity? Like the way that my membership or my programs are set up, there wasn't any space for more clients. We were capped. And now we have a product suite with unlimited capacity. My membership, the Body Talk membership, it doesn't matter how many people there are inside. It doesn't take any extra time or energy for me. All the practices are done. I do 1 practice a week. I pre-record them. They're in. Everyone's getting insane experiences. The community channel is blowing up. Doesn't matter if there's 10 people, 100, 1,000. The structure is there. So practically, the container can hold it, but can my body hold it? So building a product suite isn't just about having the systems and software, can you actually hold that on a body level? We're not going to get into the somatics of this, but we do have a mastermind in where you become the version of you somatically that can hold this as well. That's called somatic scaling. What also happens is my mid-ticket offer, Worthy and Wealthy, the woman from Worthy and Wealthy, they're getting such insane results. We've had women that came in their first month, had their first 10K months, first 16K months, continuous high cash months, not just like a one-off, one-hit wonder. And what happens is, I'm not going in and holding everyone inside the membership. My clients inside of Worthy and Wealthy that are getting next level support from myself and from the method that we teach, they're going into the membership and they're helping women and they're supporting women and they're answering questions. And this is what community is. This is co-creation. You're not the leader and everyone come, I'm going to hold everyone and like, how do I fit everything in my hand? Because you're going to drop. You're going to explode. It's going to be too heavy. You're going to break. You can't hold everyone. When you're scaling your business, you cannot hold everyone. But what you can do is set up structures that people can hold one another. That's called community building. That's called co-creation. My offers are not, oh, I have an idea and buy it. No, we create these ideas together. We support each other. And the community, the product suite is a living being organism. It's not just a buy my course and then buy this and then buy that. This is a family. And it's so supportive for the nervous system because people come in, they're like, oh, I like this page. I like your social media. I feel something. I feel connected. Great. Let me just get a taste. It's an easy full body yes. Right now, the Body Talk membership is $60. It keeps going up as it grows. It's an easy full body yes. Okay, I'll get a taste. Oh my God, wow, I love this. And you see the women are having 10K a month, selling their high ticket offers, selling their offers for the first time in years, whatever it is, getting such insane results. Like, wow, if this is just the taste, what's the next level? Then we have Worthy and Wealthy the next, and then you get access to 2 calls a month right now. It's going to be changing again as we grow. That's what evolution looks like as your capacity grows. And then those women are like, wow, everything shifts a lot quicker because you're able to be witness. So you have radical change in your life and business, and those women are like, okay, well, how do I bring this into my business? How do I coach like this? And then we have our certification, we have our mastermind, somatic scaling. And so the structure of our product suite buys you back your time. It gives you more capacity, not more work. And what this does is, all I do is I just get to create the most extraordinary life, document it, create reels and videos, which is something that lights my heart on fire. I love creating. And then people want to come in, they get results. And all I get to do is create and facilitate. I love facilitation. That fills me with so much meaning, and creativity fills me with so much aliveness. And so those are the only 2 things I need to do. Those are the only 2 things I get to do in my business because I've set it up. So the growth phase, yes, I was doing all that back end and I was doing all the skill learning and building. But once you reach the stage of like, okay, your offers work, your clients get results, you've got this community, your next level isn't going to be the thing that got you there. Your next level is going to be more capacity, not more of those actions that you did to get you there, because you can't hold it all. So let's talk about how to build this really embodied product suite that's centered around your lifestyle. So look at like your family, the amount of travel that you desire, how you want to live your life, how much time you want to be pouring in. You get to set up your product suite around you. Not around me and what works for my business, and not around what some person on the internet does. There's no strategy. It's your life force. What's alive for you? And so the basic, I'll give you like a general map, but it's going to look different for every single business. And this is why personalized mentorship really helps, because we get to map this out. But on a general level, we have this membership, this low ticket, and low ticket does not mean beginner. My highest ticket clients are inside of Body Talk, because Body Talk isn't for beginners. It's the home base, it's the foundation, but it's easy access. It's an easy full body yes. So what do you have at the bottom? What do you have at the foundation? Let's say you're building a home. What do you have that sets up the shape, the foundation, the structure? What do you have that's a daily devotion that you do every day, or it's your method, or it's your unique approach, or it's this community space that people can be a part of? It's the home of your global movement. And this space, you get to fill it. We have a whole program called the Unlimited Membership Method. If you want to learn how to build a really powerful membership, I'm going to link that as well in the description of this podcast. But if you want to know how to build a really unlimited capacity home base for your global movement, that's the first step. Now, this isn't a quick cash injection. That's a big thing to think. Right now, the Body Talk membership brings 10 to 15K in recurring income, which means I know at the beginning of the month, minimum, just the membership alone, just Body Talk is bringing in that amount of income without any extra, right? So coming back to, this is not about more work, it's about more capacity. Can you hold that amount of people? Then we have your mid-ticket offer. This is where maybe it's like your signature program or your something that sells really well, or something that you can have, clients can have access to you, but it's not the highest level. It's where people can join, it's either start, stop. This is general, but this is where people have a little bit more access to your time and energy. And so this amount, looking at your lifestyle, maybe you want 20 people in this. Maybe you feel like, oh, I can hold 50. It will grow. Like my mid-ticket offer, we started with 4, then we went with 12, now we have close to 20. And then as we grow, and my capacity to hold more, because it takes the facilitation to be able to hold more, not the planning. Like it takes the facilitation, the actual act of serving. Can you hold 5 people? Okay, now let's try 10. It's not, oh, I want 30 people. Like, can you actually facilitate for a period of time that amount of people, that amount of bodies, that amount of support and questions, and it's a muscle. It's a muscle that you get stronger. So you don't come to the gym like, oh, I can lift this weight. It's a muscle. And they have some access to your time and energy, and then you get to build this muscle as more people come in, collect the proof, have testimonials, etc., etc. And then we have the high. This is the high level. So maybe it's retreats, or maybe it's in person, or maybe it's a certification, or maybe it's private, or maybe it's a mastermind. It's a high level, which means it's access to close proximity. Whenever someone has access to more of your time and energy, the price goes up. Because the price is the value of how much time you're buying. Time is something you can purchase. You purchase time by getting in the room with people that are making way more money than you, because you're learning. You purchase time by hiring team, by having support. You purchase time by your body being on board with somatic tools so that you have capacity to hold so much more. You purchase time. So that's why if people have more access to your time, the price goes up. Are we following? The more access people have to your time, the more price goes up. So this is where you get to look at like, oh, my product suite is not really functioning, or it's not really working for the type of lifestyle I want to live. Start looking at, well, if people have this access to your time, maybe the prices really need a shift at this point. Or maybe you're giving all the time to the people that are in a membership type of offer. And that's not sustainable, because that you can't have unlimited capacity if you're giving your time there. If you're giving access to your time and energy, access to close proximity. So setting up your product suite is going to buy you back so much more of your time. Bringing your body on board is going to buy you so much more of your time, somatic capacity, and moving through. This is another episode, but the speed of your quantum leap is the speed of your decision making, and you can make faster decisions when your body is on board. Do I decide to entertain the fear or entertain the discomfort of looking silly and annoying people and still showing my offer, or whatever it is? That's another episode. We'll do that next. But you're going to buy back your time by these things, by your product suite, by having your body on board, and by getting into the room with people making a lot more than you, so that you can learn very practically and have your gaps being witnessed of where is time falling down the lane, where is cash, where is money falling everywhere, and how can you buy it back? How can you purchase time so that you don't have 24 hours in the day, but maybe you have 50 hours in a day or 60 hours in a day, because you're purchasing that time. That's a luxury we have, and I'm excited for you. I hope you love this episode. If you do, please go and give the podcast a review, a 5-star. Send a screenshot. Let me know you like this episode. Tag me on Instagram. We love you. I love you. Thank you for listening.